Good afternoon, students. This is a short video on how to use Inventor to make parts and part drawings. I am going to be doing it through VMware with a remote login. So go to your VMware login that you had in an email and log in as you're instructed in your lesson or in class in your AutoCAD desktop. It'll take quite a while for it to get done. Okay, once you are in Windows, usually a bunch of pop-ups will come up. Make sure you close all them. Here they come. Once you have all the pop-ups closed, then you can basically go to the Start menu, find Autodesk Inventor. It is alphabetical, so there's Autodesk Inventor 2020 and Inventor Pro. Pro is the one we want. Agree to the licensing. To say okay to everything that pops up here. Go to Start Working. Usually we would create a project, but since we're not saving on all the files on a local drive, it doesn't really help that much anyway, so we're not going to create projects right now. Okay, the first part we're going to create is a bushing. Okay, so open up your bushing PDF. Put that on another screen. I'm going to try to do a split screen here. We'll see if it works. Using my Windows and left-right keys to move my windows around. So you hit New. You can hit New again here. And we just want a standard part. Create. Okay, so this part is 1 inch diameter, 3/8 of an inch diameter through. This is a very simple rubber bushing. About as simple as it gets, and it's just going to be called a bushing. So we go to Start 2D Sketch. So you make the flat surface and then you extrude it into a solid. Okay, so we're going to create two circles. Make sure your green dot is on the origin. And the first one was 0.38, which is actually 0.375. And in America we use standard numbers, so 0.375. Looks like my numlocks does not work. So okay, so it's going to give me a little trouble going back and forth between screens here, but so basically you pick your circle and then you pick your green dot and then you type in 0.375 or 3/8. Okay, and then do the same thing. You're still in circle as you can see right here, and you pick it in the center again. Make sure you see the green dot, and this one is 1 inch diameter. Okay, circles go by diameters, arcs go by radius. When you get done, you can hit Finish Sketch here. The better way is to right click, and anywhere in this little arrows you can pick Finish Sketch, and then you right click again and hit Extrude, which you can also notice is up here. Okay, but right click is a better way to do it, so I'm going to right click. Now, since we have more than one option here, it doesn't automatically do it. Theoretically you could extrude this or this, right? So I'm going to do this one, of course, and it defaults to 1 inch. And we want a 1/2 inch. Okay, so this usually turns blue, but it didn't right there, so I have to make it blue in 0.5. Okay, so that's the distance. Then we hit OK. Right now it's ½ inch. Now it isn't the right. Now my screen shrunk down a little bit. Yours, you should have better pics over here. So over here you can see the drop down, and the material is generic. That is the material icon. We don't want it generic. We want it made out of rubber. So, oh crap. Go back to 3D model. It's a little harder when it's all shrunk down here. And rubber. So I'm doing this all over VMware, and it's actually going pretty good. So that part's done. So now I'm going to save this as bushing, which is what it's called. If you look down here on the drawing, okay, it's actually the part that acts like the suspension on the skateboard. So we go to save. The first time you save, it brings you to the save as menu. Make sure you save it somewhere secure. If you don't have an S drive or a U drive, then you're going to have to save the files to like the desktop and then upload them somewhere on the net so they don't get lost. Alright, I do have a U drive, so I'm putting it on there. I'm going to make a new folder in here called Trailboard 2, all caps. Usually in design, use all caps as much as you can. And we're going to call this part bushing. Okay, save. Now that part's done. Either one of these classes we are going to make a template for a drawing like this. If you have made one yet, go ahead and open it and insert the part into it. If you have not made one, which I'm going to do this video like we haven't, then you're just going to use a default one. So if you go to File, New, hover over it, click Drawing here. Probably going to give me the default drawing, which I really don't like. Yes, it gave me the default drawing. I don't really like that one, so I'm closing it out. Okay, and I'm going to do it a little more complex way, but well, I guess for these, for this simple ones, we'll use that drawing until we get a better one. I don't like this template. It's got a big old block here in the end, which messes things up. To change the size of the sheet, you right-click on Sheet, Edit Sheet, and here you got A through forever sizes. So we just want to, there's a little bitty part, so just put on a regular A size sheet. Hit OK, and now it shrunk everything down to an A size sheet. To bring the part in, you just pick Base, and since it was the only part that's open, it's a good time to bring it up. It brought it. If it didn't bring it, you'd have to go get it right here. Okay, nothing too fancy here. This is default view. It's going to show the hidden lines. Okay, this will make it solid. Okay, if there's a scale 1 to 1, it's typically what you want, unless you won't fit on a page, then you have to shrink it to like 1 to 4 or 1 to 8 or 1 to 10 or something like that. So I'll put it right there. Now this is the front view, so I want to move it around. You gotta wait till you get the arrows. See how I got the arrows there? Move that around a little bit. Now I can usually when you pick the base view, it'll let you put a view right here and put a view right here and put a view right here with the left click of a mouse. Now I don't know if it's doing this because of VMware or it's the newest version of Inventor, but it's not working. So we're going to go to Plan B, which is basically do a projected view of. So it says down here that it says select a view. So I'm going to select the only view I have, that one. Now I can make my projections. Okay, and get them all up there. All right. Right click and create. Okay, now I got one too many here, so I'm going to pick that one, right click and delete it. Okay, and then this one here should be solid because it's a 3D, so I'm going to double click on that view and make it solid by hitting that icon. Okay, it's kind of hard to see, but it's solid now. So dimensioning is very easy, so I'm going to go over to Annotate and pick Dimension, and we've got an inside diameter here. It's kind of snap, and I don't want it to snap, so I'm zooming in and out with my middle mouse button and putting 3/8 here, and this is the 3/8, the automatic text, so I'm going to space after that, space, and put through. Okay, that just means it's all the way through. And then on still in dimension, pick on this circle, and that one's fine, so just hit OK. I'm going to do the height. Now you want to avoid picking points. You notice I'm not picking the points. I'm trying to pick the whole side. It's a little different than AutoCAD if you're used to that, because you're really dimensioning between those two sides. Okay, and then that way if it actually changes on sides, it will automatically get bigger. Alright, so all these items look pretty good. You do need to put some notes in here. Okay, the notes are right here. Text, and you can put them anywhere they fit. Okay, so I'm already in caps. So material, this is about like a word processor almost. Got everything in there a Word does. Rubber, enter. Wait, I'll show you how to find that here in a minute. I usually put notes, remove all sharp edges, right? That's just a good note to have on the items. Not too many sharp edges on this object since it's made of rubber, but otherwise it still makes it look cleaner. So okay, I think that's it. Okay, so to update the template, you basically go in here, and it's a little tricky. So you go to File, High Properties, and change some items in here. The title is probably put you as the author if you're not already. What else should we change on here? Probably just the title. I don't see anything else that's important. Call it bushing. See how that looks okay. Yep, it did update it to bushing. The date and everything else is on there, scales on there, so the rest of it's pretty good. I don't like my items here coming in, so I'll window these, and then that's to turn it. Move them over a little bit. There they fit. Okay, you could also move them up high if you need to. Those are grips. So you can move those grips around and drag them around. If you get the arrows like this, you can move it around. Okay, but it fits, so I'll leave it there. It doesn't fit, of course. It's very close. Alright, that one is done. So we want to save that one now too. So we do save, and since the first time we saved, it brings it up again. And this is just a bushing, Trailboard 2. And don't worry, this one's a different type of file, so I'm not saving over the top of this one. Don't actually pick that, because that would save over the top of it. It's a DWG file, so we're saving that. So that's the one you'll have to turn in. I don't need them both, I just need that one. Alright, so that's how you do all those parts. I want it done that way. Save them the same way, dimension them. This automatic dimension should do all your dimensioning for the most part. There's your text. Nothing too complicated there, so you have to do a drawing for every one of them. I'm going to do another video showing the other parts, but this is how you should turn in all of your parts, just like that.